Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing today it's actually gonna be 3 weeks combined into one because I just didn't get a chance to film one as we were on holiday during my 25th week, and then my 26th week was pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm just now getting a chance to film it, but I'm gonna do these past 3 weeks combined because most of the symptoms have been the same. So yeah, as I mentioned before, during my 25th week of pregnancy we went to the seaside on holiday, and it was really nice and relaxing. I didn't sunbathe at all because my doctor said it's not really okay to do that. So yeah, I just sat under an umbrella during the whole time. So yeah, it was quite okay. I didn't really go in the water too much because it was quite cold, and I feel like the change of temperature between just sitting under the umbrella and going into the water was just too much for me. And yeah, I just decided not to put that kind of shock on my pregnant body. So yeah, I didn't really go into the water that much, but it was still nice and relaxing and kind of a break from work and from everything. And it was also our last holiday without kids. So yeah, although to be honest, I'm kind of more excited about having holidays with kids. I feel like it will be even more fun. So it's not like I'm really dreading the fact that we're not gonna have holidays, just the two of us. So yeah, that was the holiday. And actually the hardest part about that was the drive there, because we had to drive all the way there and all the way back, and it's about a 7-hour drive one way and then 7 hours back, and it was quite hard because it's really uncomfortable to sit in a car that long, even though we took lots of breaks because, well, I had to be constantly. So obviously we had to take breaks a lot and to kind of stretch my legs, and even though we did take breaks quite often, it was still very uncomfortable. And by the time we got to the hotel, I was just a wreck. So I couldn't wait to just lie down and relax a bit. So yeah, the drive there was pretty uncomfortable for me, but yeah, I'm glad we did that. And I'm glad I did that at like 6 months pregnant and not when I'm further along, because for one, it's more dangerous as you approach your due date. I mean, it's like if you go into labor, you're pretty far away from the hospital you want to give birth to. But it's also gonna get more uncomfortable from now on. So I'm glad we decided to go during my second trimester. So that was during my 25th week. Now my 26th week was quite rough, and even this week, because I've just been having a hard time. I've been really stressed out at work because this time of year is very busy because we have a lot of projects coming in, and I feel like it's probably due to the fact that a lot of people take holidays during this time, so there's not a lot of translators available, or at least not as many as there usually are throughout the year. And I just feel like my workload has been crazy, and I try not to take on too many projects because I don't want to overwork myself, but at the same time it's hard. Yeah, it's just hard to handle this stress. So I'm actually really looking forward to my maternity leave, which is crazy because I love what I do and I love my job, but yeah, I'm just really looking forward to just not having to worry about that and just prepare for the baby and relax. And I feel like my last month is gonna be probably really uncomfortable anyways, and I'm probably not gonna be able to sleep that well. So yeah, I'm really glad I'm taking my last month off because I'm already looking forward to that. So yeah, and I'm only 6 months pregnant. But yeah, it's been a hard week. I've just been really stressed about work, and then we've also had some family issues. So yeah, it's been a hard week. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to go into details. But the main point of this was that because of this, I feel like because of all this stress, I've been having a lot of contractions. I mean, not a lot, not like a concerning amount of contractions, but I've been having them a lot more this past week than any other time before. And I feel like the stress is probably one of the main causes of that right now, and I'm trying to relax. I'm trying not to stress too much because I don't think it's good for the baby either. So I'm trying to do everything that I can to limit the amount of contractions that I'm having. and they're just Braxton Hicks. It's nothing concerning. They're not painful at all, they're just really uncomfortable. So yeah, that's what's been going on. And then also I feel like because of that stress I can't sleep well. I've been waking up in the middle of the night, like at 3-4 a.m. and then I can't go to sleep for an hour or two because I keep like thinking in my head about all the things I have to do the next day, all the things that are bothering me, like stressing me. So, and I feel like I have a lot of sleep to catch up on, so I'm gonna try to do that in the next few weeks, maybe try to sneak in a few naps again. So yeah, hopefully I will be more relaxed this next week. But yeah, it's been just really uncomfortable sleeping and doing everything, especially when you have contractions on top of that. But so I'm gonna be done with complaining about that. So the next thing that I've been feeling is actually really big kicks, and he's really, like, sometimes he kicks like really hard. It's not painful at all, but it just kind of startles me. And then other times he's not really proper kicking, he's more like moving across my stomach, which I think I've mentioned before, but I feel like I can kind of see where he's moving his knee or elbow or whatever it is. But yeah, it just makes my whole belly move, and it kind of makes waves. and my husband sometimes sits and watches my belly move, and even he noticed that the moves have changed. They're not only like kicks, they're also kind of like movements across the belly. So yeah, it's really interesting. And if I put my hand on my belly while he's moving like that, I can feel him move across my hand, like rubbing like this across my belly, or like across my hand from inside the belly, if that makes sense. And it's just really nice. I feel like I can kind of connect to him more. So yeah, that's been a really nice symptom this past few weeks. Also, I feel like lately I've been having quite a hard time getting dressed because a lot of things that I have don't fit me anymore, and I feel like even the tops, I just assumed that all of my tops will still fit me, or at least the ones that are stretchy, but actually a lot of them don't fit me anymore because they're kind of like, they don't cover my whole belly. So it obviously looks weird if I have half a belly hanging out at the bottom. So it's kind of hard to get dressed. I only have a few dresses that are comfortable for me right now, so I feel like I'm gonna have to buy a few more dresses, even though I don't really wanna invest in a lot of maternity clothes, because I'm only gonna wear them for the next 3 months, and then maybe if I have another baby in the summer, then I'll probably wear them again. But yeah, so I'm gonna look for clothes that I can probably wear after I give birth as well, like when I'm not pregnant. Another thing that I've been dealing with this week is that I had my thyroid tested, because I'm not sure if I mentioned this before. I don't think I have, because I didn't have the results from my blood work yet. But the last time that I had some blood work done, they discovered that my I think it's TSH level, which is like a thyroid level, it was a little bit higher up than it should be. And at my last tests, like the ones that I took at I think 13 weeks or something like that, my levels were fine. So now they're kind of raised a little bit, and my doctor said it's not too concerning, but she referred me to an endocrinologist because she said it's better to be safe than sorry, because she said it's not too concerning now, but if they get too high up, then it could be a problem. So yeah, she referred me to another doctor, and I went to that doctor, and he did an ultrasound on my neck because that's where your thyroid is. My thyroid looks, he actually said it looks impeccable, which I thought it was quite funny, because yeah, I would think you would just say it looks great, but no, he had to say impeccable, which we had a laugh about that with my husband. But yeah, so my thyroid looks good. He said it doesn't look concerning at all, it looks perfectly normal. So he said that these levels are probably just like a cause of pregnancy, and they'll probably go back to normal after I give birth. But I'm gonna repeat the test in a few weeks to see if it's changed. He didn't prescribe any treatment for me right now because he said there's no need yet, but if they do change even further at my next test, then he probably will give me something for my thyroid levels, which he said it's perfectly fine for pregnancy. So I'm hoping I don't need that, but if I do, then I do. So yeah, so at least it's not anything concerning yet. So I was really happy about that, because yeah, when my tests came back and I saw that those levels were too high, it kind of stressed me out, and I started googling, which you shouldn't do when you're pregnant, but yeah, I started googling, and you find a lot of effects it could have on your baby. And yeah, but the doctor assured me that it's fine and it's not affecting my baby in any way. So yeah, this week we kind of arranged a little bit more the furniture in the baby's room. We also ordered the co-sleeper, so I'm really excited for that to arrive. And we're just slowly getting some more baby stuff that we're gonna need. And I've actually made huge baby list shopping, like what we need for the first few months, everything we need for bathing him, for dressing him, for like the furniture, and everything that I need after I give birth. And I was thinking maybe I will do a blog post on that if you are interested, even though my list might change because I obviously don't have a lot of experience with babies. So yeah, but this is what I intend to get for the first few months for the babies. So let me know if you would like to see that, and maybe I'll do a blog post about it. So one of the things I wanted to ask is if you think a breast pump is really necessary, because I've heard a few people tell me, like a few friends, that they thought they would need a breast pump, but they didn't because they just breastfed, which, I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time I know some people say that pumping after actually breastfeeding will help increase your supply in case you need it. If you're having trouble, you can just pump and store the milk and feed it to your baby through a bottle. So I'm not sure if that's necessary, or if I can just go breastfeeding without a pump. So yeah, because the pumps are quite an investment, they're quite pricey, and they're not insured in our country, so you don't get them for free. So I'm not sure if I should get one or not, and if I should, then let me know what breast pumps you like, because I was looking at the Medela ones and they look really nice and good quality, and I've heard a lot of great reviews about those. So yeah, but I'm not sure if I really need it or not. So yeah, my plan is to breastfeed, but yeah, if you are a breastfeeding mom, then let me know if you found it necessary and if you used it a lot with your baby. So that's what I wanted to ask you about this week. And I actually don't really have products to show you because I didn't really buy, yeah, I don't think I bought anything for the baby or for myself this past few weeks. So yeah, that's my update for the past few weeks. I know it hasn't been a lot of symptoms because I just feel like a lot of things are the same as the weeks before. So I'm going to show you my bump now. So here's my bump for 27 weeks. And then this is without the shirt on from this side, and from the front, and the other side. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I have a lot of veins on my stomach because obviously because of the increased blood flow, and I feel like my belly button is still quite in, but it's kind of like on the edge, so it's probably gonna pop soon. But yeah, and I feel like the skin around my belly button is getting a little bit red, so that might turn into stretch marks, but so far I have no stretch marks, thankfully. So I hope you enjoyed my pregnancy update, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!